Whatever you did, can you do it some more now?
It is 2:45 a.m. Got to head to the airport now. My flight is at 6 a.m. ish. So gonna head to the airport now. So I made it past security. It's like so dead now, maybe because it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I still feel so tired. I'm surprised that I even survived going through security while I was half awake. But like, look, I'm like on an escalator. Okay, well, I don't even feel like eating anything, but we'll see how we go. So I just found a place just to sit and also lay down for a bit, and oh my goodness, I was so scared that I was gonna accidentally fall asleep, so I just kept walking around, and then I made to my gate, so I just rested there as well. Again, I'm so tired, as you can already tell, like I am just so sleepy. And then it was time to get onto the plane, so I ended up getting the window seat, and honestly I'm so keen just to sleep on the plane. And then there we are, we got some food over there, and then here are just some video shots of the window and me on the plane. And yeah, we arrived in New Zealand, and this is a New Zealand airport. And because it was so hot, I got changed, and then I caught the Uber into my Airbnb. And yeah, the weather was definitely warm, so yeah. And hi, I just arrived in the Airbnb, and it looks pretty chill right now, so let me show you. We got the pool over there. I definitely feel like taking a dip in there because it is kind of really hot. And like, this is my little space. So this is the kitchen area, and then this is the bed, and then when you open the closet over here, that's one line. So a coffee machine, and the microwave, mirror for the mirror selfies, and then this is the bathroom. So, oh my gosh. I definitely need to have as a proper meal because I haven't even had a proper meal. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna have lunch first. I do need to grab some things. I need to grab sunscreen and some water. So hopefully like there is like a store where I can get that. And I also need to get a bus pass as well. So we go. So I put my hat on and I put my hair in a braid, and then I walked to a restaurant that I found on Google Maps. I found a place to eat that's close by, but it's closed. On Google Maps it didn't say it's closed, so I have to find a new place to eat, but I don't know where. I'm actually literally hungry. There's like more restaurants here, and there's people, and maybe... I ended up finding this kebab shop, and I just got a burgers, and I just walked home once I got it, so I can relax. Oh my goodness, I feel so relaxed right now. Like the B&B has like this little lounge area, the pool, like oh my god, it's so nice. Oh my god, look at that, it looks amazing. Oh my god. I just spent about a little bit over an hour just in bed, just chilling out, letting my phone charge and relaxing for a bit. And now that the weather is just a little bit cooler, I'm gonna go to my next little adventure, which is I'm gonna take an Uber to Mission Bay Beach, which is something that I've also wanted to see. And then from there, there's just gonna be a couple of other activities that's like within my definition of walking distance, which is like if it takes less than 30 minutes to walk, then I will just walk it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to chill out by the beach and swim there, so that's why I will have my swimsuit underneath, or if I'm just gonna chill there, do some nature walks, all of those things. But yeah, I guess it all just really depends on how I feel. So I'm gonna get ready and we'll head off. So once I was all ready to go, I got an Uber to a Mission Bay, and this was the drive along the way. It's a really nice coastal vibe. And then I got dropped off, and I finally arrived at Mission Bay Beach, and it honestly is so beautiful. So I just walked around. I saw this little fountain, and there were people swimming in it, but I don't think they were supposed to. And the beach was really lovely. It's really nice. It has such a beautiful view. I did stop by just to take some pictures, and I took my time here. Like, I took my photos, I embraced the views, I even relaxed in the sand for a little bit. And then when I was ready, I began my coastal walk to go back to St. Heliers. So I walk on the beach or I walk in the boardwalk. It honestly depends what I feel like, and also it was like always super windy and my hair would just get all over the place. Anyways, while I was walking here, I realized that I could have walked from my Airbnb, but that is absolutely fine. It would have been a 50-minute walk, which isn't bad in my standards, but at least I got to have a little shorter walk on the way back. Once I made it to St. Heliers Bay, I checked it out for a bit before finding a place to eat, and I ended up finding this Italian restaurant. I read my book while waiting for my pasta, which tasted absolutely amazing. I was craving it, so it was a nice little dinner solo date to start my first night in New Zealand. And then I just walked around in St. Heliers Bay and made my way to this lookout point. But of course, I stopped to take some photos beforehand. But yeah, I eventually made my way up top, and it was pretty nice because the sun was starting to set and it made the view really pretty as well. Like, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I was getting obsessed with it. Okay, it's time to go back to the B&B and just relax and actually get some decent sleep, because tomorrow will be a long day, but an exciting day. Good morning. I walked to the bus station to catch the bus to Auckland CBD, because that is where I'm going to catch the ferry to go to Waiheke Island. And yeah, there were really nice coastal views along the way. And yeah, once I got to CBD, it was honestly so amazing. Like, this is my first time seeing Auckland CBD on this trip, so it was good to see a little bit more of that before heading to the ferry terminal. I went to the ferry cafe to grab a coffee and something to eat for a breakfast while waiting in line, because I waited in line for about an hour to make sure that I do get a seat, and I was reading my book while I was there, so I got to kill some time. And then we boarded the ferry. I ended up going on the top deck so I can make the most of the views, and little did I know it was going to be so windy. Don't get me wrong, the views were beautiful, but I had to wear my sunglasses on, not because the sun was blocking my eye, but because I literally felt the wind blowing into my face. And I also got the top deck because it would help me feel less seasick. But those views is honestly so pretty. Like, once we arrived in the island, I was in absolute awe. Once we arrived on the island, I went straight onto the tour bus, and yeah, they were just gonna take us to a bunch of stops, and I saved myself a lot of money on Uber. So I went off at the first stop, and it's to this winery, but I fell more in love with the views. I didn't really go there for what it's meant for. Like, I literally just went there for the views. I took my photos. I just had my oh my gosh, this looks so amazing moment. I think I even got this on camera. Look at this place. It's actually so pretty. So keep in mind the tour buses come every 20 minutes, so I just wanted to get everything out of the way before the bus comes. And then the bus arrived, and then I just stopped at the very next stop, which is the Cable Bay Vineyards. And yeah, I just got there to enjoy the view, because yeah, I actually don't drink at all, so my thing here is that I'm here for the view. Literally, I am falling in love with New Zealand. I'm not gonna lie, it is so beautiful. Like, seriously. Anyways, I went off the next stop, which is the little downtown area. So I stopped by to get some gelato, and I had that gelato while walking down to the beach. So instead of going to the tour bus to get there, I just made the walk on its own because it wasn't that far, honestly. I wanted to wait until I finished eating my ice cream before heading down to the beach, and once I was done with my ice cream, that's when I went to the beach. It wasn't off. This is what I went to. So once I enjoyed the beach and I took my pictures, that's when I just sat on the bench and read my book and relaxed there. And then when my heart felt like it, that's when I walked back to catch the tour bus again. I'm gonna grab something to eat. I really need to use the bathroom. Like, there's nowhere to eat, but like, I really need to use the bathroom. There's like nothing really here. Like, all the restaurants here are like closed, and I'm not really vibing with any of the restaurants. And I only went here to pee because I was like busting. So hopefully the next stop would be more interesting. The next stop was in the back. So nice. So first of all, of course, it had really pretty views, but it also had a really nice lunch spot that would offer a really pretty view. So I ended up going to this little food truck and I ended up getting Asian fries, and I had that while I was looking at this really beautiful view. Like, I am so glad that I waited until this stop to have it. And yeah, this is me trying to take a picture of the food because the view is amazing and the food also tasted so good. Let's try this. Oh god, it looks so good. Oh my god, look at my hair. Oh my god, this is so good. Once I was done with my food, I had a little walk around before going to the tour bus again, and it was to the beach. And this is where I finally got my relaxing beach day. So I had my towel, I read my book, I went on a swim. It was really, really good and it was so relaxing. This is what I have been waiting for the entire trip. Usually when I go to like the beach, I don't usually use the shower, but I feel like I have to because I feel like the stand is like so sticky. I guess I'm better now with the outfit. I don't know how I will find it, but anyways, let's continue on the tour. I think, yeah, it's already like half of it is already done, so it's just like the next half. So let's go. So I went on the last stop once I got on to tour bus, which was this little area which had this little pretty view. Like, the whole island was amazing, I'm gonna be honest with you. And yeah, that was my last stop before the next stop was back to the ferry. And I've got to say, this was a pretty productive and fun day on Waiheke Island, if I'm even saying that correctly. And again, I went on the top deck of the ferry as well, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't windy on the way back, I guess because the wind wasn't hitting me. And yeah, that is the end of the day, and I'm back in Auckland CBD. I'm hungry. As you heard, I was hungry, so I just did a little walk around. But first I went to Viaduct Harbour, which is one of the recommended Auckland CBD spots. I have decided that I'm gonna go to Vietnamese food, and I'm gonna skip Winner's Quarter for now because with my energy levels, I'm not gonna have the energy to check it out and then go all the way back. So I'm just gonna check it out maybe tomorrow. So I made my way back to Auckland CBD, which wasn't too far of a walk. I ended up going to this place where it had a bunch of restaurants, and I decided to have Vietnamese food. And ironically, it was called Saigon Social because I was on a solo date and I wasn't being social. But oh my goodness, the soup was amazing. It smelled amazing, and yeah, it was a nice little solo date to wrap up the night. I am ready to call it a day. Just walked to the bus stop to catch the bus back to my Airbnb, and I got a little snack which was meant for the Airbnb, but I ate it in the bus. Good morning. It is time to do the volcano tour, so I booked another tour, so I'll have to head out into the city again. This is my little fit check. We don't need to go to the mirror because, like, I'm just trying to find a place where we're going and then the meeting point. I ended up finding it, and the first stop was Mount Eden, which was this little volcano, well, a huge volcano, but it had amazing 360-degree views all over Auckland. The only thing was that it was like super, super windy. My hair was going everywhere, but luckily I was able to get some photos, so yay. Then the next part was 50 minutes away, and it was in Piha Beach, and it's where there is black sand, which is absolutely so cool. And I loved it. Like, I fell in love with this place at the moment I got there. Like, you can tell that it is black sand. It was really windy though, so there was black sand that kept getting into my eyes, but I honestly didn't care. The view was so pretty. I also put my hair in a braid because it was literally flying all over the place. But yeah, we got to explore a little bit of Piha Beach. We just walked around for a little bit. I got to embrace more of the pretty views. I got to take my photos. My tour guide got to take my photos. And then we went on a drive nearby just to get a quick lunch. I ended up getting a quiche with this view. And then we drove for another half an hour, and then we ended up with the waterfall. So we just had a little quick walk down, and then we were able to see the waterfalls, which was so pretty. Yeah, I was really glad that I went on this tour because it would have been so expensive if I tried to use an Uber all along. We checked out another place with this really pretty view, and then we went on a little mini walk where we had to clean our feet beforehand. So we checked out the big tree, and then our final stop was going to this winery. I didn't drink because I don't drink, but I did get to embrace the little pretty views that it had there, and then the tour was done. And I was so tired, so I took the bus back to my Airbnb so I can take a quick nap. Amazing nap. Much needed. Naps for a couple of hours, and now we're gonna do some nightlife stuff. I'm ready to go. Actually, I do have to check out the mirror. This is the outfit. A little bit more nightlife-y. I took the bus back to Auckland CBD, and first I checked out at the stores for a little bit, but they were all closed. And then I made my way to Wynyard Quarter. I passed by Viaduct Harbour first, and then I don't know what's going on. Like, Wynyard Quarter was just dead. I guess it was closed. It's open here, so there's nothing yet. So I'm just gonna go to Ponson, however you pronounce it. And I might just take, to be honest, I feel like I want to take an Uber there. I caught the Uber to Ponsonby, and then I tried to find a place that I wanted to have dinner, and then I decided that I was craving a Japanese food, so I went to this Japanese restaurant, and it was pretty cool. It was a pretty nice place. It had a really nice vibe, and yeah, I was just vibing there. I ordered this, I don't know what you call this, but I got to try a bunch of different things, and yeah, I just simply enjoyed my meal and enjoyed my dinner in peace. And let me just tell you, eating at a restaurant by yourself is much more therapeutic when you are solo traveling. I don't know why. Once dinner was done, I had a little walk around Ponsonby, and yeah, I just got to enjoy the lights a little bit more. I found a place to take some pictures, and then I just took an Uber back home. And I'm gonna have another full on day, but I do have to check out of my Airbnb, so I'm gonna just get ready. I have about an hour left before I need to get out of here, but it's fine. I already packed the things. I already packed most of my stuff. I just need to just put in the things that I'm not using anymore, and then I should be good. So I'm ready to leave. All my laundry and stuff is there. Yeah, I feel like the time I stayed here was the perfect amount of time. Like, I think I made the right decision to make this trip 3 days because it was a good 3 days. So I'm now checked out. I'm on the bus. I'm gonna drop off my luggage, and then I'm gonna go to Sky Tower, which is something that I really want to do. Hopefully it's open because I spent money on the ticket. My luggage in the locker, so I just have it back. So time to go to Sky Tower. So Sky Tower was only a 15-minute walk from the Queen's Wharf where I dropped off all of my luggage, because there it is, and then I simply just went in. The people like led me to the elevator to make it on top of the sky deck, which is at the very top, and I got to take my time and enjoy these views around here. Like, I took my pictures first, I got them out of the way, and then I just walked around. I think I walked around like about 3 times, and yeah, I just thought like the entire thing was so cool. And even though it was raining, the views still looked really nice. And on top of the sky deck there was also the lookout area, and then the final place was the cafe area, so that's nice. I'm not gonna lie, the views are honestly amazing. God, I'm so proud of myself that I can travel by myself. Like, you know how many things I would have missed out on if I was going to travel by myself? Wow. After the lookout area, then the elevator takes you back down to where the cafe is, and I needed to get my coffee. Like, I honestly need to say that, so I needed to go to get my coffee, and then I just had it while enjoying the views, and it was the life, you guys. It was the life. And then I was done with my Sky Tower day. This is me in the elevator down, so it's time to start the rest of the day. And of course I checked out the gift shop, but there wasn't really anything that I wanted to get, to be honest. It's raining right now. I'm gonna have some lunch because I'm hungry. I have to get anything. See ya. So near Commercial Bay there was a Japanese restaurant where I was craving some more Japanese food. I don't know why I've been craving Japanese food on this trip. Like, seriously, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure this is my first proper meal of the day because I didn't have breakfast. Then the next stop was to explore more of Mart or Commercial Bay. So it's this place where there's a whole bunch of little shops. It was a really cool interior in the mall. Like, I've got to say, like, I don't know if you call it the mall, by the way. Like, yeah, I think I got that wrong. I also took some of my pictures as well, and then yeah, I enjoyed the views, and I also needed to use the bathroom while I was at it. But anyways, then the next stop was going to Albert Park, and I did not know why I wanted to skip this in the first place, because the views was so pretty. Like, you got to see the Sky Tower. It was also scenic. This is honestly so beautiful. Like, what? Absolutely gorgeous. So after walking through Albert Park, then I made my way to the museum, which was right next to it. Okay, well, not right next to it, but it wasn't that far of a walk. And yeah, I just soaked myself into all of the galleries that they had to offer. And there was also this really cool yellow room as well. Like, yeah, that is not a filter, that is literally the lighting. And this was one of my favorite galleries there. Then I walked aside to Queen Street just to find some souvenirs that I can take with me back home, and then I made my way back to the wharf, and I decided just to check out some of the wharfs that were there, and then I decided that I felt like something sweet, so I ended up getting an ice cream, and I just enjoyed that ice cream while walking around the Queen's Wharf because it was near my luggages anyway, so it was good to be nearby. And yeah, I'm just having like a nice little solo time before going back home. I'm gonna pick up my luggage now. I am about to leave soon, so I'm gonna head off to the bus stop and wait for my bus. So the bus stop was just outside the Sky City Hotel, so I just waited there for my bus and settled, and then it was time to board, and it was about a 30-minute there to the airport. And before I got into the terminal, I just had McDonald's just to have the Kiwi burger and check out how that was like. So that's my last little moment here in Auckland, and then that was it. That is the rest of my trip. So thank you so much for watching, and stay subscribed for more new vlogs like this. Bye!